Before we get started with tonight's recap, and while we wait for everyone to join the stream, a little something new for Friday nights. NYY Recaps Out of Context. A special thanks to Frankie Baseball for putting this together.
Hell yeah. Mr. Potato sneaks some balls into that gap. Shout out to Godzilla. Chase harder, not filthy enough. A lot of poots. Wompbag Doodle.
We go with the Simmons.
I want everybody out there to look at Frankie's baby face. My stream was okay. I mean, I've been drinking water all day. Ooh, that's a sexy accent.
Steak, chicken, pasta.
I walked out of an Avengers movie.
I'm doing cartwheels all around the house.
Giant, steaming Cleveland steamer dump. And I want to give a round of applause to Mr. Brett Gardner. I'm going to miss him personally. But what did you think?
I'm being the villain type.
Alien baby with these sharp fangs.
Number 69.
Everybody who ever knew that person is fucking dead. I might go to jail.
Who's that guy, like very quietly talking in the back?
Most impressive.
Darth Vader, man. I bow to your prognostication bona fides. WNBC. Pretty. He needed every inch. We need robots fully committed to kicking your ass. Amped up! You might see maybe 5 balls in your life. My arm will fall off. You so nasty. Must have tripped over his beard. Or take me to your leader. Peacock. Living behind a Motel 6. Me too! Turn me the hell off. We got a Xerox machine and a new office fish tank for you.
We just won the Little League World Series.
This week in Yankees baseball.
He has his first major league hit.
Come on, Anthony.
25-year-old Johnny Brito in the middle of his warm-up tosses.
Swing and a miss.
1-2. Struck him out swinging, breaking ball.
Swing and a miss. Strong inning. That one's driven to left field and deep. Going back his way. Turning. Looking. See ya. Home run number 2 for Judge. Stanton. High drive. Into left center field. There it goes. See ya. A monster shot by Giancarlo Stanton.
Wow.
It was above that club out there.
485 feet.
Oh! High fly ball, right field. Castellanos back. On the track. At the wall. See ya!
It's Labor Day.
There it goes! See ya! A long home run off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. Up the middle and through for a base hit. LeMahieu rounds third. He's coming home. The Yankees lead 2-0.
Gleyber Torres has been locked in all season long.
High drive, right center, going back Santander, track, wall, see ya! Home run.
Hayes makes the catch as the Orioles win the home opener.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your weekly Yankees recap featuring Derek from NYY Recaps, Pete from NYY News TV, and the artist formerly known as Frankie Baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. I tell you what, feels good to have baseball back. This was a tough one, obviously. Look, got to put a lot on Aaron Boone on this one, unfortunately, and a lot of the same problems we've seen the last couple of years. But overall, 4-3 week. You guys got to go to the stadium a little bit. We're going to skip the intros. Everybody knows who everybody is at this point. So, first of all, Pete, tell me about NYY News TV Day. Tell me how that went down. And then I think you went back a second time. So give us the rundown at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, we're all drunk after the game today. So everybody's drunk already. So just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
No, it was great. NYY News TV Day was amazing. We had about 121 out of the 130. 11 people didn't show up. So it is what it is. But of 120 plus, it was amazing. The food was unbelievable. If you never did the Audi Club, it's like a different experience for a baseball game. Amazing view. Anthony Volpe, of course, with his first hit. go back to, I think I went on Monday because Frankie went Sunday. I went on Monday and got to see Anthony Rizzo's first home run. I got to do the call live. I sang the song right there, me and Hector, my friend Joe, a few others. And it was a blowout that game. Cordero had the double in the gap to kind of blow it open. But Yankee Stadium's a beautiful ballpark, man. And, doing the event is just like a different feel for a baseball game. But it's amazing. I mean, the bond and the group that we have and the base that we're growing is amazing, to the point we're doing it again on September 23rd.
Very cool. And for my audience, I'm going. So is Frankie.
Hey!
So
Yes!
So
Frankie's going off. Forget about it.
Yeah,
It's canceled.
Now it's a party.
Now it's canceled. Forget it.
So I just want to let everybody know tonight, I told Frankie before the show that he reminds me of a younger me because he's just go, all energy all the time, just won't slow down. And I said, Frankie, take some solid advice from a guy who's been where you are and understands the feeling that you can't slow down. Start meditating. Take a couple of minutes each day, sit in a quiet place, sit comfortably and work on your breathing. And Frankie had the audacity to mock me.
Wow, what did he say exactly? Can we know?
He didn't say anything. He was doing all his freaking and his little hand gestures there.
I thought that's what you wanted.
So here's what's going to happen.
He was mocking me earlier. You don't mock me, Frank, all right? You understand? You don't mock me, okay?
He's
talking to Joe Pesci really quick in here.
No.
Yeah. Funny how? What the fuck is so funny about me?
Now, tell me what's funny. Tell me what's
Listen to me, Frank.
So Frankie's gonna have a tough night if he gets out of line.
All right.
But Frankie, speaking of which, tell us.
I insulted you a little bit. I insulted you a little bit.
Go get your shine box. Go get your
all right.
So, all right, you were there for the Giancarlo home run. What was that like in person?
So, yeah, I try every year to go on calendar day. So that's what we did here this year for the first time in 5 years, because there's always been things that have kept me from going, whether it was rain or COVID or the strike. So last year, I went on Sunday. They misspelled Nestor Cortez's name in the calendar, which I don't know if you saw that, Pete, but yeah, they misspelled it. They put Cortez with a Z, which
I saw
that guy's getting fired.
He's already fired, that guy. He's probably in the Hudson somewhere swimming.
Guys, that was me. I'm sorry. I do the calendar. Sorry,
Derek, how could you? So so we were sitting there. We were on the first base side, not at the top. And you're like not on ground level, not at the top, somewhere in the middle there. And so we're sitting there, and Judge is at the plate. And I sit there and I say, I really got to take a video for this. I really got to show my followers that I was there. I got to take a video. As soon as I pull my camera out, Judge hits a home run. So I missed the home run by about 5 seconds. And then the Stanton home run, I missed that too. Watching it, for a second, I thought he hit it into left field. But for some reason, my eyesight was all wrong, and he hit it dead into center. Everybody around me is going nuts. The guy next to us is screaming, that must have gone 500 feet. And I'm sitting there going, 500? Giancarlo hit some pretty big home runs at 500, but then 5 minutes later, he comes back and says, 45. And I was just like, it's almost with Giancarlo, you're just amazed at this. It's hard to be amazed. He's able to do it so often. He and Judge are just able to hit these bombs, but they were able to pull it off again. And it was extraordinary to see Stanton hit that shot. Other things that stood out from the day. Johnny Brito, I told my dad as soon as the game started, I was like, Johnny Brito is going to be really nervous. Like, first game, Yankee Stadium, he's going to be really nervous. And that just goes to show my baseball knowledge, because he was absolutely filthy. And the funniest part of the game was before, when they were introducing the lineup. And you could tell what Yankee fans, it's great when they introduce Aaron Judge, big roar. They introduced Anthony Rizzo, big roar. Stanton, Volpe got a huge roar. Yep. The funniest moment was when they introduced Aaron Boone. Dead silence. Not even a moment of silence would have given a louder reaction than now the manager, Aaron Boone, and the crowd was just like, they did not care. And I'm sure after today that there's no chance of that happening anytime soon. It was great being there, being around all those Yankee fans. It was great to see a win.
All right, well,
shut up.
All right. We made a custom sound for when Frankie gets going.
Come on, Frankie, reel it in.
There we go.
You're not fun.
And suddenly, Frankie realized no one was listening.
All right. So,
bite me.
I told you, Frankie, you're going to have a tough day. All right.
Thanks, Aaron Boone.
Getting on my meditation. So I actually made the cardinal sin of a Yankees fan. I had to piss. And so I was peeing when I heard Giancarlo hitting the ball, and I was like trying to wrap it up, just trying to get through it. But while I hear the ball, I hear Michael Kay saying, "Oh my God, it's a fucking greatest home run of all time." And I was sitting there trying to finish up pissing. I had to go turn it back and rewind it and rewatch it. I rarely miss a Yankee home run because I'm usually pretty locked in. But I was sitting there drinking Dr. Peppers, and it was like Forrest Gump time, man. So it is what it is. So you went back a second time on the Monday, Pete. What was that like?
Yeah, it was great, man. Nestor was on the mound. Like I said, it was a big game. It was an absolute Yankee blowout. I mean, they just dominated that day. So the home run Rizzo was fun. I got a lot of people in the air to do the he call with strikeouts. So it was interesting. I had a great guy behind us who just came like right out of work with a whole suit and tie on, and he was just giving it to Brandon Marsh. I felt bad for Marsh at some point. You know,
Marsh looks like he should be selling. Marsh looks like he should be
gone.
selling pills in an alley outside of the stadium somewhere.
He just kept calling him Swamp Thing. He said Swamp Thing. That's all he kept saying the whole time. So
I think we can rule out Brandon Marsh ever.
All right, Frankie.
Yeah, sorry.
Frankie, reel it
I think
in.
we can rule out Brandon Marsh ever being on the Yankees.
Well, I mean, he'd have to shave his beard, and he'd probably look pretty weird without a beard. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know I was rhyming those words. All right, so 4-3. I feel like we should have been 5-2. I feel like we should have won today's game. Give me your thoughts on today, Pete.
Yeah, today was ugly. I mean, that's the best way to sum it up. A lot of questionable moves, but too many questionable moves. I mean, every now and then you have a game where you're like, all right, if he brings this guy in, maybe it's a little different, and it's a toss-up, and it is what it is. But like you said before we went on the air, the bringing in Cordero, the time he brought him in, the pinch hitting of Frenchie Cordero, the offensive side Cordero, who hit the 3-run home run, bringing him in there. I mean, bringing IKF in for him when the guys actually look pretty decent. I mean, he's been hitting the ball pretty hard, even when he makes out. He's putting the ball in play. Had the big home run, had a double the other day. And it's just like the Yankees just feel the need. It's like these three guys between Hicks, IKF, and Dot. It's like they have to put them on us. No matter what happens, like, no, you need more of them, guys. And I just don't get it. I don't get IKF in center field. I don't get Aaron Hicks still being here. I don't understand. I really don't. As a Yankee fan, I know, look, everybody knows we want to be happy. We want to be excited. We want to have a great time watching this team. And we always want to be positive. But they make it really friggin' hard.
Yeah,
they make it really hard.
Watching IKF in center field, the second or third game of the season, I think it was the fifth game of the season, maybe the fourth game of the season, he was in center field. I thought, when they waited till the end of spring training to give him a spot in center field for a day, I thought, okay, if August rolls around and you got two guys on the IL and then you need an outfielder, emergency situation, okay, now you can put IKF out there. Yep. He's starting in center field within the first week of the season twice. I don't get it. The Aaron Hicks thing, the fact that he's still on the team, like you mentioned, it boggles my mind because it's clear the Yankees don't want him. They don't want to play him.
That's right.
They tried to play him 2 days in a row, and he did horrible. And now today they stayed away from him at all cost. I actually kind of like Frenchie Cordero. We talked about how hard he hits the ball. I think the move today might have been just the lefty-lefty thing, but the guy just hit a home run. I mean, IKF was 0 for 10 at that point. You have to kind of stick with the hot hand, right? I mean, just so many things that bothered me. The fact that he went to Cordero in a tie game after a day off. I mean, you got a day, the whole bullpen's rested. Where the hell is Mike King right there? Somebody said in my post game that Mike King might still be hurt. I know his velocity's been down, but honestly, I wouldn't have gone with Cordero there. Look, I just feel like there's a lot of ways that the Yankees could have won this game and just didn't.
No doubt. And then let me just, I got to bring this up too real fast because I see a lot of people, on the crazy world that is Twitter. They bring up a lot that, Aaron Hicks was just answering a question. I don't want to hear that. The guy said I think 9 times somebody counted it in the small frame. Yeah. I need a play. I should be out there. I want this. Aaron, maybe it's a good idea when you play, you hit the ball a little bit. Maybe you do something to make your manager think, because as of right now, like you said, Derek, they're putting IKF in center field instead of him. They're putting anybody out there instead of Aaron Hicks. Aaron Boone today on the post game. They said, why not Hicks in that situation? He literally said, I want somebody that can hit.
Yeah. I don't know what the question was that was asked to Aaron Hicks that elicited that answer. But there's a very simple answer when a reporter in New York asks you if you're unhappy about your playing time or if things aren't going well. You say, the manager makes out the lineup. My job is to get in there and do the best whenever I get the opportunity, whenever I'm fortunate enough to put on the pinstripes. That's all you have to say.
That's right.
Say that and shut the fuck up and and then you don't have to deal with the papers.
That's right. That's
and
right.
It's just the non-presence of mind to go off on a little rant. And now he's going to be reading about that, and that makes the booze worse, especially when you don't play. And that makes the pressure worse. It's like it's one of those things where it's like compounding results, right? Or compounding non-results, if you want to look at it that way, where his failure to hit means he's not in the lineup or he's getting booed. And then his failure to give a proper answer means he gets booed harder, and fans hate it more when he's in the lineup. And then the pressure's worse because now he's got to do something big. It's just a never-ending cycle with Hicks.
And at this point, it's like fans are starting to believe like this guy's a troll. You know what I mean? It's like 30-30. Yeah, guess what? 30-30. Have some fuck you. Hey, look at that. Now it's like, I need to be in a lineup. I need to play. And it's like, come on, bro, what are you doing? Why don't you just, like Derek said, stop talking to the media. And if you do, give the corporate answer and just go out there and produce. You feel you're a good ball player. You can help a team win. How about help the team win that you're on right now? Do something productive. Be in there. Show you want it. And, he doesn't want that. But the crazy thing is, a blind man could have saw this coming. Yeah. We all said it. He's going to get booed very bad. The best thing the Yankees could do is what they did with Gallo, even though he also did that too late. Understand he's not fit for this team. Move him. And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes you got to bite the bullet and go, look, the roster spot is more valuable than the money we're giving him. There's some Elijah Dunham. Any of these guys down there could take that role from him and say, let's just let these kids play. Yeah. It's not worth it no more.
I'd rather have Everson Pereira on the roster. Honestly, the Martian should be there. He's 0 for 2 tonight, last I heard, but hopefully he's up quick. If he tears it up for a couple of months, I think you got to put him in there.
Spencer Jones with number 1 today.
He went deep?
He went deep in the second at bat. Dead center field, probably a good 420.
Is he at Somerset right now?
No, he's in a high A.
High A, okay. Valley. Well, he's going to move quick. He's a college player. A lot of times those college hitters move through the system quick. When we saw him in spring training, he looked a little bit overmatched, but he's got a good swing, and he's got a good stride in center field. Like, I was surprised at how well he runs. He's kind of got that Aaron Judge ability where he's a big guy, but he could play center field because he's got such a smooth, athletic way about him. Let me ask you one more thing. I want to get your thoughts on this, Pete. I don't think I need to see anymore. I think my mind is made up. Clark Schmidt is not a starting pitcher. The cutter, we've heard all sorts of stuff about the cutter this spring. He's got this new cutter, and oh my God, the cutter, and this is the best cutter ever. He throws the cutter pretty much every pitch now, and it's not that good. It's average at best, in my opinion. It does have some late movement, and it does have a sharp break about 3 out of 5 times, but that's not a good pitch. A good pitch is something you can throw consistently. El Duque's slider. That's a good pitch.
Correct.
Garrett Cole's fastball this year has been a great pitch because he's thrown it where he wants it. What makes a good pitch is not the spin rate, not all the analytic bullshit. It's how often can you throw it for a strike where you want it. That's what makes a great pitch. He can't throw it consistently where he needs to be. It's too many pitches out over the plate. Give me your thoughts on Clark Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, it breaks down easy for me. Here's the thing that kind of drives me crazy about the Yankees, and we've talked about this all the time, is they'll have a guy find success, and then they go, okay, let's remove him from that role, and let's put him in a different one. They saw Clark Schmidt last year. There's always been a concern about injury history. He's never really had a lot of innings, even in the minor leagues, to show I can be a starter. He finds success as a relief pitcher, maybe long relief, 2 innings every now and then, 3 innings on his best days, 1 time through that order, and maybe that's his role. But the Yankees simply then go, even though there's other injuries that happen that kind of force the hand a little bit, let's put him back into rotation and we'll go with him there. He doesn't have all that stuff. And the big thing for him is he doesn't have an out pitch. He doesn't have a pitch where he can say, hey, if I'm ahead 0-2, I could throw this 2 out of 3 next times and I think I'm going to get the guy out. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that ability. It's like you said, he's throwing a cutter all the time now. It hasn't been effective. It's not effective. He goes 0-2 to 3-2 constantly. I mean, he's just one of those guys that is always working behind a hitter. And when you don't have lights out, put out stuff, you're not going to be successful. And when it comes to the other guys in the rotation, Domingo Germán has already shown, as much as some of us may dislike the guy, he's already shown that I can be a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Johnny Brito, when you're just looking at stuff-wise, it's not even comparable.
Yeah.
It's not comparable.
The changeup to plus pitch.
No question about it. And then a sinker at 96, 97, 98.
Yeah.
So that's all you got to know about him. And Clark Schmidt doesn't have anything overpowering. He doesn't have the out pitch. And it's at this level, you got to have one of those things. He has neither.
Yeah, Clark Schmidt strikes me as kind of like a Kansas City type of pitcher. You know, somebody who gets through the lineup one time and then you get to him. You know, he's probably, if he was a starter, he'd probably have about a 5 ERA. He'd give you some innings. But I just don't have any confidence in him in being able to fill this role for the Yankees. Look, I'm excited about Brito tomorrow. You were at the game when Brito pitched, right?
I wasn't. No, Frankie was.
Frankie was. So Frankie, you missed it. Like watching this on the screen. I mean, his movement was just so evident. The changeup was nasty. Yeah. I still think he could use another like breaking pitch or whatever. My thought on Clark Schmidt actually involves that. Like, he's got a lot of pitches, but he doesn't have that one like swing and miss go to like put away pitch. Even the curveball, I feel like it's a good pitch to throw to get a strike. As Pete's eyeball is gonna pop out here.
My bad. I'm over here trying to cover it like with the mic like down here. Like let me try to get this thing out of here.
You know, I was telling my wife like we're both of us, our vision is starting to go. And I was telling her that I'm going to need glasses soon. And she's like, well, you could just do contacts. And I told her about when I wore contacts at a Halloween party probably 10 years ago, and I couldn't get them out of my eyes for like 3. I had to use a fork to get them out of my fucking eyes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I can't do contacts. No.
We're starting to go. But anyway, I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about. This was a tough week. But hey, look, baseball's back. Are you having a good time streaming again?
Oh my God, I love it. We also did on Sunday actually. We did game season live from the bar, so I got to drink like while I'm calling these games, and I'm like, hey, bring me another drink, and it was amazing. Yeah, I mean, come on, there's nothing better than that in baseball. That's baseball for you. But no, what you said, watching Johnny Brito on TV, I mean, he was absolutely phenomenal. I mean,
yeah,
I'm very, very excited to see his next start. And on top of that, let's be fair here. It's a start against a really good offense.
Yeah.
So, and an offense, if he becomes a starter for the Yankees, he'll see quite a bit. And Baltimore got a good team, lefties and righties in that lineup, up and down it. A good contact, good speed, good power. They got a good club. They're going to be a thorn in a lot of teams' side for years to come. No longer is it, you should easily beat Baltimore. It's not that conversation anymore. They got a good team, but the Yankees are going to have to pitch against them because if they don't, it'll be a battle of the bats.
I'm going to throw a name at you, Pete, and tell me if you remember this guy. Edward Ramirez.
Yes. Great changeup.
Yes. I think that Brito has pretty much the same kind of changeup that Edward had. Problem was Edward didn't have a fastball to go with it.
So 89, 88.
Yeah, his fastball was 89, 88 miles an hour. The changeup was like 82, but it had nasty sink, and it was just the string would fall out.
Do you remember how hype everybody was, though, to get him up? And then he struck out the side against Minnesota in this first.
Yes!
Morneau,
I can't believe you remember this.
Yeah, struck out the best guys. Edward Ramirez, yeah.
There was a thread. I don't remember the name of the site. I think it was like BronxBombers.com or something or whatever. And it was Edward Ramirez witness thread. It was what they made. Like people just put up, like, I just witnessed this amazing thing. I'll never forget that. It might have even been an immaculate inning. Maybe he threw one ball.
I remember, matter of fact, I remember it so well because I listened to John Sterling during that time. I was listening to it, and I was like, oh my God, that guy's, and they called him up. And yeah, he struck out the side. He had a Bugs Bunny changeup. I mean, phenomenal changeup. He had goggles, like these big little glasses. And yeah, man, and that's a good comparison. He just he never had the fastball.
Yeah, so I think I saw that changeup, but I thought Edward Ramirez, but then I thought, Edward Ramirez didn't throw 97, 98 miles an hour.
Not at all.
So I'm excited for what Brito can give it. Really, you can win with a really good fastball and a really good changeup if you can spot them. You don't really need a great breaking pitch, but it would be nice if he had like a go-to slider. There's times during the season where starting pitchers...
Didn't he? Didn't he throw a slider a couple of times, but it was nothing special?
No, it's okay. It's a nickel slider, but I would love to see, just a little bit more bite, but hopefully working with Matt Blake, they can then come up with something like that Slambio that Ian's throwing. What are your thoughts on that guy? That guy's got some filthy stuff.
I like him, man. I like him. The good thing about when I call, if I was a manager, and I call somebody out the pen, I want somebody that's going to go out there and attack the hitters. He does that, and he got good stuff doing it. He's very rarely falling behind on guys. He got put away stuff. It's another, and this is what the Yankees do good. So look, we can, as much as sometimes you want to knock him, we can also pat him on the back. Hamilton's a great find. He's another one of those guys that really is a solid find. He's redefined himself a bit. I do think there was a lot of good work done on him with the Yankees. And he looks like a guy who may stick in his bullpen. Hell, even the other guy that they just got, a Brewer. I mean, you watch his stuff too, and he got good stuff. So the Yankees are able to find some of these guys and put them in that pen, and hopefully, they can make something of themselves and make that pen a little strong, because there's still little weaknesses there that you can see.
Yeah. I meant to play this voicemail earlier. It's about Clark Schmidt. I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way because I loaded it.
Yeah, Steve from Cleveland. This is what you get from Clark Schmidt. You've seen the best you're going to get out of him. I doubt if it's a lack of effort, it's a lack of ability as a starter. He needs
100%. I mean, he went on for a little bit after that, but I just think it's a lack of talent. I mean, it's not. He just doesn't have the stuff to get through the lineup a couple of times. Yep. So.
I agree.
All right. Well, tomorrow we got a night game in Baltimore. Did you decide whether or not you're going?
No, I'm not going. I'm going to do Game Season Live on both games. I really wanted to go to one of them because Baltimore, if you have not been there, folks, trust me when I tell you Camden Yards is one of the best ballparks to watch a game. Even though they destroyed the left field wall, kind of just block that out of your vision, and you're like, wow, this is a hell of a place. I mean, it's open, wide, you get a nice breeze. When the weather's nice, it's a beautiful park to watch baseball. Never really, to be honest, all the times I've been there, I never really ate food there. I've never really had the ballpark food there, but other than that, to see a game, it's one of the top in baseball.
I mean, look, first of all, it's a beautiful park. I agree with you. There's a hotel about 100 yards from the ball field, and you can get a 6th or 7th floor room, and you can overlook the stadium for about $100. I mean, it's a pretty cheap place to stay. And, the ballpark food, I'm the wrong guy to ask about that. When I go to a game, I'm that guy who gets 6 hot dogs. I'm disgusting. Or pizza.
So what you're telling us, be careful. Don't talk to Derek on the 23rd because that food is going to be tore up. And if you guys, I know Derek, I know you watched it, Frankie, I know you watched it, but if anybody else in the chat, go check out the video that we made of the day, because my fiance took a very long view of all the food. And bro, man, I still can't get over the food that they had there. It was phenomenal. So it's
just catered? It's just
there. You just get up, grab your plate. Hey, I want this many pieces of steak. I want the mashed potatoes and this and that, whatever. I mean,
they're gonna need to widen the exit for me.
Bro, I mean, I'm already there. I think I put on a good 12 pounds since I got back.
Oh man. Yeah, my diet's all. I'm that's one of those things. I have spaghetti and pizza probably 3 or 4 times a week. I've never had a great diet. I don't like vegetables. I don't eat vegetables. I've just decided that I'm going to live the shit out of life and just have a shorter existence than most people. If I
ate a whole pie before I left. I told my
get to 60.
I got to order a pie.
I used a pizza pie or just an actual pie?
A pizza pie.
Okay.
I ate the entire thing the night before we left in the morning. I could barely get up in the morning, but it was all right.
My bachelor party, we went and got, I think it was a 48-ounce steak. And I couldn't eat the whole thing, but
shit.
I was carrying it around as I was walking around the casino a day later still, just walking around with it. I left it on the counter overnight. And then I picked it up the next morning and started chewing on it. I'm disgusting the way I eat. It's gross. My wife hates it. I fart constantly. This is why I stay in this race.
We're going to have to delegate you your own area.
I'm a disgusting human being.
Your own area.
My production value is second to none, I think. As a human being, you could do a lot better than me.
Oh, my God. Both of your wives are saints.
Yes, I would definitely say that.
I can't wait to meet Jira. I'm coming. Frankie's coming. Frankie, I'll see you at the stadium. We're gonna feed you some of that food so you can maybe fill out that T-shirt a little bit more.
Oh yeah. I'm way too thin. I need some meatballs. Any kind of Italian food. Come on.
They got it all.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll be back with a recap every Friday all season long. Also, Designated Spitters, we wore the hat for a reason. We missed an episode last week while Pete was doing his event, but we are back on Sunday.
Can't wait. We got a lot to talk about.
Baseball, hardcore easy for me to say. Hardcore baseball analysis, but best of all, no Frankie.
Yes. Screw you.
Very true. Very true.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Frankie. All right, guys.
Screw you, Pete. Cheers.
Hey, everybody. If you've made it this far, we thank you. If you'd like to support NYY Recaps, please like and subscribe or pay a visit to our Shopify store for some great Yankees merch. Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. But if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, just visit NYYRecaps.shop. If you really want to support NYY Recaps and help keep the show going year after year, join up as a member. It's $5, and members get their names up in lights during each post-game show. We're also on all podcast platforms, Instagram, and Twitch this year. So give us a follow if you use any of those platforms. We're expanding, and we have you to thank for making this such a great community. We'll see you next time.
It is your destiny. Case closed.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.